кто смотрит записи. У нас начинается знакомство с играми от компании Telltale. И первая игра это такие, ну, игрушка интерактивный фильм, тоже как Life is Strange была. Мы ходим, делаем какие-то выборы, смотрим на ролики. Красота. Конкретно эта игра по мотивам Игры Престолов сделана. Также у них и в планах есть игры The Walking Dead по комиксам. Чьи же комиксы стоите? Walking Dead. Я автора не помню. По комиксам серии Fables. Это Wolf Among Us. Это по игре Borderlands. Tales from Borderlands будет со временем. Ну и что там еще у них всякое есть там разное. Ну, начнем, пожалуй. Игра. Интерфейс обычный, минимум. Обычный, наверное. Управление. Запись-то начал? Чтоб не запороть, как со Скайримом было. Последний Скайрим запорот. Так, сейчас, секунду. Секундочку. Все, прошу прощения, я вернулся. Моменты рабочие. Сохранение. Все нормально, я уже здесь. Назовем его Фыва. Скучно. А где я? Не вижу, чтобы что-то переименовывалось. Окей. Ну, я выбрал. Все, окей, хорошо, ладно. Так, да. Ну, по крайней мере, стало смотреть приятно, как разрешение поменяли. Персонажи такие здоровские. Ну, отдает чем-то, да, такой стилистикой Игры Престолов. Что мне нравится в играх от Telltale, я сколько не смотрел на них там и прочее, они очень-очень точно передают стилистику той вселенной, по которой они сделаны. Просто супер. То есть, скорее всего, здесь нас ждут какие-то неожиданные смерти, там, сложные чудовищные выборы, которые там, ну, не знаю, между собой, там, ну, сложные выборы. Давайте просто начнем, посмотрим. О! Карлик. Северяне никогда этого не забудут. Поехали. Сейчас нас ведут в курс дела. Посмотрим. Напоминаю, что один стрим, один эпизод. То есть будет он длиться 4 часа, стрим будет 4 часа. Будет длиться 1,5 часа. Если будет длиться 1,5 часа, я второй эпизод еще повоткну. Сразу в одну запись. В игре 6 эпизодов. Игра адаптируется под ваши действия. История будет развиваться так, как решите вы. Ну, как всегда. Спасибо. На протяжении тысячелетий Форестеры были верными знаменосцами Старков. А ныне на севере разразилась война, и вражеские дома хотят присвоить урочище железностволов, которые владеют Форестеры себе. Железностволы — редкие деревья, которые произрастают в самых темных уголках волчьего леса. В эти смутные времена судьба дома Форестеров висит на волоске. Банальщина. Уолдер Фрей? Да. Пьяная пихтура поет.
Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
Said
three bad women. You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it. Lord Forrester's sword won't clean itself, you know.
Мой оруженосец лорда. Так, скажите мне вот что. Субтитры нормально видно? То есть, также, собственно, в Life is Strange я ничего не читал. Также и здесь. То есть, мне читать или не читать? Или видно нормально все? Дайте мне, пожалуйста, фидбэк. Я пока гляну, как там стрим. Стрим. Все хорошо. Даже задержка. На удивление маленькая. Итак. Хорошо.
Make sure it's spotless this time. Lord Forrester won't be happy with blood and brains all over it. Go on. It's only blood. Now that is a proper sword.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend. And if we're being honest, you are just a squire.
Why not?
You don't give swords like that to pig farmers.
I had a hand in it, you know.
A hand in what?
Capturing him.
He was nowhere near the Kingslayer at the Whispering Wood. He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent. Next he'll tell us he caught Tyrion too. No one never lets the truth stand in the way of a good story.
You captured the Kingslayer?
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. A hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What do I tell you?
I brought him to his knees.
Lord Forrester.
But not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's story, which grows more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on. It's your job.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Garrett. I'll do it. Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries. His honor is beyond reproach, and House Tully is forever in his debt. They've never seen a field ploughed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield. Fetch your cup. Tonight we celebrate. To Robb Stark, the King in the North!
The King
in the North! Tomorrow, we march on Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard!
The gods have favored us. Onward to Casterly Rock!
Aye! Death to the Lannisters! Aye!
The North remembers!
Aye!
Got it.
Yes, my lord?
Стрёмно
I need
немного.
you to keep an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become. On a night like this, Men find false courage at the bottom of their cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
There's also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now. Something must be done.
With me, my lord.
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you? You served me well.
To bring honor to House Forrester, my lord.
You have more honor than those who were born to it. There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved.
Он меч содержать умеет.
Your hard work has paid off.
Thank you, my lord. I promise. I won't let you down.
That I don't doubt. But for now, keep this between us. We're celebrating tonight. I wouldn't want the other squires to feel discouraged.
Yes, my lord.
Now go, and find Roderick if you can.
I will, my lord. Thank you.
Bloody hell. Empty. Squire! Fetch us more wine!
Can you give me a hand? Come on. Make it up to you.
Да господи,
Yeah, no
чё нас-то задирать?
I have been a squire longer than you.
So?
I outrank you. You should help me. Fetch more wine, scrub my armor, clean my boots. Just my luck to end up with Norin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once. He's a drunk, a liar, and an arrogant prick.
You'd better watch your tongue, Bowen. It could be much worse.
What the fuck do you know about it? Nothing is worse than Norin. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shovel and slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming. But not by much.
Don't get angry with me. We're no different, you and I.
Aye, but I'm not the son of a pig farmer. My father had dignity. All I'm saying is,
Варианта дать в рожу
this
нету.
rate will never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be
Он еще не
squires for
знает.
life. Pulling wine around a fucking wedding. What a waste of fucking time.
I'm sick of listening to your whine. With that attitude, you'll never be more than this.
Easy for you to say. Maybe if my uncle were Castellan, I'd feel different.
Who my uncle is has nothing to do with it. How much further?
It's right over there.
Мы же все знаем, что сейчас будет. Ну, да? Смотрели? Читали «Игру престолов»?
Take your time.
You lot have drunk your share. Good thing Lord Walder's in a generous mood.
Fucking phrase.
Nice night for a wedding. It's not often he finds a willing husband for one of his daughters.
Don't expect me to carry it for you, Sir Garrett. What? What's wrong? What's gotten into you? You're acting rather odd. You've had too much wine.
Nothing. I'm fine.
I'm so glad to hear it. Now take the fucking flagon already.
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Bowen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush. But what about... What the hell was that about? Slow down, would you? What's the rush? Just don't need a fucking run.
We have to warn the others.
Warn them about what?
There's no time to explain. We need to find Roderick. He's out there by himself.
Поздняк метаться. Бегом!
need to get back to camp.
О! Экшен, пошел экшен.
Jared, we have to get back.
Красавец! Чужать, чужать! О! Красавец! Ну давай, 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 найди что-нибудь колющее, режущее. Я же жал! Я же жал! Да ну! Я же жал!
Ready, boys!
Boys!
Whoa! Shoot that one!
Да ёб твою... Раскладка. Вы не представляете, как она иногда поганит это дело.
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one!
Давай, давай. О! Красавцы.
Look out!
Я не успел нажать, что ли, опять? Ох, твою-то мать! Давай, давай, давай! Может быть, дело батарейк. Не знаю. Может... То ли я мудак. Ну, я не знаю. Ради... показательное, может, что-нибудь, или... Чтобы удовлетворить свою жестокость. Зачем было немцам, допустим, в газовые камеры народ отправлять? Почему просто не расстрелять, не зарезать, не отрубить голову? Гораздо быстрее и проще. Да чтоб тебя... Да ёп... Я... У меня такое чувство, что я нафейлил везде, где можно.
find Roderick?
Speak up, Garrett.
Did you see him or not?
I tried to save him, but there was nothing I could do.
Find a weapon, quickly!
Хватай. Я же тебе сказал хватать.
You fucking traitor!
Go, my lord, while there's still time.
Ты, парень, ты твою мать!
Seven hells.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it. They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Walder Frey says time's over.
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time to waste. I'll be damned if I let it fall into the hands of those traitors.
Walder Frey says
You have to go.
You're welcome.
I will do as you command, my lord.
You have served me well. I know I can count
Он
on
это
you.
запомнит. Он умрет, видимо, через 5 минут. Толку от этого, что он это запомнит.
Tell your uncle. Tell him. The North Grove must never be lost. Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your Uncle Duncan.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Hey, it's those foresters.
Now go. On your honor, you must do this for your house. Go!
Kill those fucking foresters. With love from Walder Frey.
Бегом! Начало просто отлично. Я, по-моему, зафейлил вообще все, что можно было зафейлить. Один писюн рядом с другим писюном. Болтаются, болтаются. Как? Что? Многовато пафоса. Ножника где-то откуда? Откуда он там по пути успел ножны сообразить для двуручника? А? Кто мне скажет? Да еще аккуратненькие такие. Жутко умелые, что ли? А. Ходить тоже придется, да? Я надеялся, мне это придется только кнопочки действия тыкать. Пни свинку. Что? О.
Blood.
Давай так.
Fresh.
Свиная. Свиная. Дай угадаю. Вот моя деревня, вот мой дом родной. А ты ускориться... О, он ускориться может.
That's Father's car.
Ты определил это как? Особый вбитый гвоздь?
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this. Winter may be coming, but at least he'll have his bacon. Move along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. Unless you want to get fed to the fucking pigs. I recognize you. You're a Forester squire. Former stock bannermen have no claim on land anymore. Or haven't you heard? The Starks are dead. Where'd you get that sword? Not a chance that sword is his. Must have stolen it. Out here by himself. Probably a deserter. You didn't just find it, which means you must have stolen it. That sword's too big for you, boy. You can barely pick it up.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy. Lord Bolton is the new Warden of the North. I reckon he like a proper lordly sword like that.
Да, тяжеловат он для тебя, парень.
No.
Ты давай, не отвлекайся.
I'll have that sword, boy.
Думаешь?
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Парень, ты мудак.
All right. Finish this fucking pig farmer.
Pathetic.
Алло, юноша.
You really are a
Да
pig
топорик,
farmer.
конечно, бери. -1. Я же сказал топорик. Теперь вилы. О! Не бери меч, добей их так. Ах ты ебантяй. Хват... Не успел нажать.
Mercy. Please. I beg of you. I have a family. They'll never survive without me. I have no quarrel with you.
Надо было думать.
No, please.
Lord Whitehill will see you hang for this. That much I promise.
Отсоси.
Father?
Garrett, you survived. Your sister,
Что с ней?
she hid. I tried to stop them.
А нам еще предлагали мужика пощадить, помните? Угу. Охуеть. Я извиняюсь. Ну, что меня это... То есть... Какой кошмар.
I'll kill the men who did this.
Уже -2. Ладно, парень, конечно, это... Ну... Двуручник явно это не его. А вот с топориком он классно, да. То есть... Хорошо, что я виллу не взял, а то бы опять умер. перетяни
Garrett!
ногу.
Get the
No.
Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Garrett!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
Two Whitehill soldiers? And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg. Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
I'd do it again if I had the chance.
If we don't respond with strength, they won't stop until they have everything. These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Обожаю.
These are dark days, I fear. To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Well, what do we do now?
The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now. Although he is young, and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a bit. Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen. It's unfortunate the Citadel doesn't train maesters in the art of warcraft.
Roderick had already fallen. There was nothing we could do.
Well, I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house, high or low. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg.
Бодренько. Вместе
Go
вы
on.
творите просто
Don't stop now.
чудеса.
It's better to let the blood
Настоящий
circulate.
волшебник. Крестоходилки напоминают мне Сибирь всегда.
The Ironwood Grove.
Чем эта роща так цена? Деревья как деревья. Ну, может, большие деревья. Господи.
An ironwood shield.
The strongest wood in
О.
the known world.
Ладно, это многое объясняет. Особо крутое, особо крепкое.
You seem to be favoring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maester Ortengrin. Look, I'll show you.
Талия и Итан. Талия. Лорд Форестер и Родрик.
Lord Forrester. It was an honor to squire for him.
Оба дуба дали.
Gregor the Good.
Железноствола.
Roderick. He was our best warrior by far.
Был.
Ryan. Never easy being the fourth-born son. Mirror. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home. Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now. Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
Почему-то ожидаемо. Он и стоит так. На страницах кодекса можно больше узнать. Он и стоит так отдельно от всех, чем вызывает даже некоторую симпатию. Лорд, бла-бла-бла. О, хорошо сделано, прям модельки. Я теперь хоть отличить смогу друг от друга. Так, это Леди Форестер. Родрик. Рип. Эшер. И тут он тоже с топориком. Не, он какой-то не очень. На картине он изображен лучше. Но, видимо, художник так видит. Делал все, чтобы разозлить своего отца. Устраивал драки в трактирах. В стиле борделях. Но беззаботной жизни закончил, когда он... Ага, старшая дочь давнего врага. В итоге пришлось выбирать идти на войну против дома Вайтхиллов или же изгнать сына за узкое море. Он выбрал последнее. Живет в Эссосе, работает наемником, старается забыть прошлую жизнь. Ну ладно, давай. Спокойной ночи. Жаль, конечно. Думал, пройдем вместе. Но добрых снов. Мира, старшая дочь. Мать читал ночь, отправил Миру в Хайгарден. В Хайгарден в качестве служанки Маргарет Тирл. Рабочим стала настоящей леди. После венчания с Джоффри Маргарет отправилась в королевскую гавань и взяла свою служанку с собой. О боже ты мой. У них там всякие интриги. Эх. Бля, тяжело мне с этим. Третий сын. Не такой, как его братья-воины, но любит музыку и книги. Он, как его сестра-близнец Талия, обожает рощи, в которой растут железностволы. Война пяти королей, он был все молод, но оказался в положении, к которому он не готов. Близнецы, говорить? Ну да, есть что-то такое. Младшая дочь. Как в сказке прям. Младший сын, игра в прятки. А 18 столы, что ли? Вроде большой уже, чё? А это мы. Дункан Таттл. Надо ему рассказать, да, там? Что-то там про рощу. Мастер над оружием. Мейстер. Ты кто? Брат леди Форестер? Живой рыцарь. Понял.
Mm-hmm. I may be mistaken. You do seem able to put weight on it.
Бедах. А чё их там так много? Дотронуться? Давай, потрогай.
Rather cute little creatures, aren't they?
I guess. This might help.
Умыкнул. Бинт тоже забирай. Лут. Лут пригодится. Я люблю лут.
No, you see there? You're limping
I'm
again.
fine, really.
Really? Really? Really, really? Все. Все хорошо.
Did your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Foresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
Если никто не помнит, с чего все началось, зачем мы продолжать это?
The Whitehills want Forester Ironwood.
Ah, they'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing left, just as they've done before.
Who is the new Lord of House Forester?
Why, Ethan, of course. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands. Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
What will happen to me now?
Excellent question. Under normal circumstances, you could join Sir Royland and his men. Although given the circumstances of your... circumstances, it becomes a bit tricky, doesn't it? I suppose it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
Lord Forester promoted me. At the Twins, I'm no longer a squire, if that matters.
It might, I suppose. But I'll defer to Lord Ethan on this.
Цепляку.
Can I see Ethan? Is he here?
He is, but I'm afraid he's indisposed at the moment. He prefers not to be disturbed while practicing his lute.
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family...
Ты бы о своей семье беспокоилась. Папаша, старший брат. Помнишь?
So sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on. Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
He saved my life, my lady.
Yet not Roderick's.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion, but if you can remember anything, I'm sure Lady Forester would like to know.
He fought valiantly, my lady.
Of course he did. He was House Forester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed?
He asked me to return this to House Forester. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response. It's too dangerous, especially now. Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression. Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family. I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forrester land.
They killed my family.
And they'll pay for what they've done. That much, I promise. But now is not the time for vengeance.
If not now, when?
We have to be smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard. It was his family they killed.
We should demand justice.
Aye. Justice on their terms. Which means they'll have your head.
Justice is taken, not demanded. Then what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
It wasn't murder. It was justice.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take. Which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay? Duncan, the boy has suffered enough. Where would you have the boy go?
The one place that's safe, beyond the reach of the Boltons.
На стену, ну
You're
отлично.
sending him to the wall. The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable.
Наше мнение все равно
I know
значения
it
не
doesn't
имеет.
seem fair, but it is what's best. To stay would bring destruction upon us all. I know that's not what you want. I know it's difficult to understand. But you must think of the house. I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
That settles it then.
You can have my horse, and I'll see you have plenty of food. But we haven't much time. The Whitehills will come looking for you.
Начало игры просто воодушевляет. Вокруг смерть и гниды.
Were it up to me,
Смерть и
I'd
гниды.
gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given a chance. I would, and God's willing someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first. Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great-uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
I'll do what's best.
Which often isn't what's easiest, but necessary nonetheless.
Передай ему слова.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
Я прям
What?
Ванга сегодня.
What is it?
Lord Forrester's last words were, "The North Grove can never be lost."
Sorry. You caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word.
И челами? Никто не
You haven't
знает.
told anyone
Она за
else.
стеной, что ли? Никому.
This is important, Garrett. I need to know the truth.
Of course not. I told no one.
Well done. Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help. But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
Так, на секунду, мужик. Ты отправляешь меня на стену. Ты изгоняешь меня, по сути, чтобы избежать проблем. Да? А я, принеся клятву дозора, отрекаясь от вас, еще должен буду на вас поработать? Пошел. Ну туда. Угу.
Garrett, wait! Be safe.
Да. Трупы и гниды, трупы и гниды.
Ethan? Ethan!
О, разные главные персонажи. Будем играть за всех?
I couldn't find him. Could you?
He hides too well, and if he were smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I'm here. It's okay. Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
A stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
Вроде дети должны были в то время быстро взрослеть. Он все еще ничего не понимает.
I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
I don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
Я что-то часто молчу.
I don't know, but I know it's not good. Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword, like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Палкой никому в глаз не ткни.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are.
А какой я? Я не могу пообещать, я не
I
знаю.
know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I may have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
Я просто не могу ей такого пообещать, потому что я не знаю, что она себя представляет.
You can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the Lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
Было бы весело, если бы не было так грустно.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were Lord, I would command Ethan to stay, with his family. Lord Whitehill is a mean old man anyways. Someone should tell him to leave us alone.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Ну подождите мне 20 минут, я сейчас вернусь. Господи, как все сложно-то, а? Как они все усложняют.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Фон мне уже не нравится.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
My father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oathbreakers.
Aye. And look where that got him. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Calm yourself, old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord? You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the North now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said.
Я
when
слышал
your man
другую
attacked
историю.
us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
He was sent to the wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer me! Who's the one who did it?
You heard me. He was sent to the wall. It's done.
What? That was my justice to deliver, boy. And you denied me of it. I'm not leaving.
Ты можешь за нос себя
Now
дернуть.
bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton.
Ooh.
What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all.
Как-то он сразу подобрел.
This is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Do your worst, you bastard.
Обезьяна.
You must find your voice, my lord. Your enemies will interpret your silence as a sign of weakness.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Ну она-то здесь при чем? О, мы теперь за нее будем играть.
Although just a handmaiden, she has
Вот только я сказал о том, что терпеть не могу вот эти всякие их там... У меня... Я когда читаешь книгу или смотришь сериал, что у них там происходит в этой Королевской гавани, вот эти всякие там выдумки, интриги, у меня глаза, уши, все в трубочку сворачивается. Боже мой, что там вытворяется? А теперь мне придется еще в это окунуться, в этот чан с Гуана.
El's favor, and Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay, if it's presented to her as it should be.
Ну, здорово. Угождаем тетёхе. Юнкайская монета. Это от Эша, да, от Ашера.
What a strange place, Essos. It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena. Ethan made this for me.
Ну, милый мальчик. Я бы, наверное, так не смог. Письмо. Незаконченное письмо от тебя? Незаконченное
Father,
или...
much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding.
Это
Lady
многое
Marjorie has
объясняет.
proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Окей. Что ты себя представляешь? Кто ты вообще такая? Старая пыльная книга.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
Пока мы понимаем только то, что она очень сильно хочет домой.
King's Landing.
У тебя отличный вид из
I
окна.
wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Очень хочет домой. Письмо от матери. Вот. Вот это письмо я хотел почитать.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ясно. Попробуем.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Впускают в себе каких-то мальчиков. А, мальчик воду принес. Или... Что он принес такое?
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Это уголь. Для жаровни.
You work for Lady Marjorie?
А ты как
I may
думаешь?
be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
С этим мальчиком надо быть повежливее.
They
Мальчик
appear
очень
to be
много
having some
знает.
sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
Спасибо.
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Доброй ночи и тебе. Угостила бы его какой-нибудь вкусняшкой. Ну серьезно. У нас появилась первая пташка. Начало отличное. Первый маленький шпион.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
А вот с ней надо очень осторожно беседовать. Очень осторожно.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the Northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her.
Окей, как мне
I
себя
wouldn't
вести?
ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Хорошо.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Easy-ish.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Без проблем. Это я умею очень хорошо. Могу говорить, могу не говорить. Могу говорить, могу вообще ничего не говорить. Могу есть, могу не есть. Могу копать, могу не копать. Не-не, там было могу не есть, могу наоборот очень много есть. О, карлик. Карлик оценит нашу изворотливость. Карлик сразу заметит все. Как его там? Тирион, да. Тирион его зовут. Можешь немного быстрее идти?
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission,
Похоже.
allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Напрягись.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she has any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent, and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions, rather than saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake?
Ой, блин, да прекрати, хватит, у меня все, я... Мне надоели интриги. Я пошел. Пустите, я не знаю, я хочу Darkest Dungeon, там можно ничего не решать и просто быть оладушкой. Как я с тем ответом-то запорол? Чит. Просто переиграем момент. Просто переиграем момент. Все! Изейше! Гениально. Все. Просто переигрываем как раз этот момент. Ничего не надо заново проходить, всю эту часть и так далее. Изейше, изейше. Вы когда-нибудь пробовали заниматься дворцовыми интригами с сохранениями? Наблюдайте.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
С короткой стрижкой больше идет.
They were the wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did say that
Не
loyalty
удовлетворил?
was unwavering.
She has a talent for equivocation, yet I question what she really thinks. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
А может нам Тирион сможет помочь?
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
Может сейчас переиграть? Там третий вариант ответа был.
It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Мне не понравился мой ответ, это плохо.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious...
Я сейчас еще раз переиграю. Это был дурацкий ответ, да? Надо было сказать что-нибудь типа там она следовала своим сердцем, там, голова. Или... Надо выбрать сейчас, потом уже сохраниться в другом месте.
Opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Уйди от ответа.
I'm sure she
would... Let the girl answer the question.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games.
Не обидим ни тех, ни других. Зато время не ограничивают. Ой, блин, как я ненавижу эту блондинистую. Ну что вот за выборы такие? Тем или другим, Маргери, Корона. О. Протру клавиатурку. Это всегда помогает. Да я же не знаю, ну, с одной стороны, действительно, им действительно, как и сказала Серсея, на нас абсолютно насрать. То есть нашей рощей, как она сама сказала, могут завладеть и другие. То есть вообще не вопрос. Если ей доставят какие-то сложности, там, да, нет, скажем так, если Маргари, она может нам помочь, как, скажем, ну, от дома, от Хайгардена. Обеспечить, грубо говоря, ну, поддержку, да, свою, сказать свое веское ня. И тогда тот дом, тот мерзкий мужик, похожий на свинью, он вряд ли сможет что-то сделать. Другое дело, что сейчас Хранитель Севера — это Турсей Болтон, и за ним там Серсей и прочее-прочее.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie.
Это создаст проблемы определенно.
But Cersei,
Cersei, да,
she will not soon forget what you said.
ставит нам.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
As you should. And of course she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences.
Yes.
She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters.
Это наш шанс.
The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady
правильно
Marjorie
думаешь.
might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me.
Ну да, совершенно верно, только хотел об этом сказать. Тебе-то, конечно, весело, а нам могут это ставят.
It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Я заметил. Дурак. Это я от восторга. Эпидемия, здравствуй. Эпидемия. Здравствуй. Рад видеть новое лицо. Всегда рад видеть новое лицо. Новый ник в чатике. Мы тут вот играемся в Игру престолов от Telltale. Я не знаю. С тобой вообще стоит разговаривать?
It went well.
Really? That's relief.
Все эти
Cersei is
интриги.
known for being rather
У нее отвратительный характер, ты бы знала. Ты бы с ней сама поговорила, сходила
Lady
вместо меня.
Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
Не жалуйся. Скажи спасибо, что вообще хоть где-то
Sir
сидите.
Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his. Sarah, what? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
Секундочку, я забыл добавить ништяк для... Потрогать белый плащ.
Вот это поворот!
Секундочку. Вот так. Жанр. Честно, затрудняюсь ответить. Я не знаю, есть такой жанр интерактивный фильм? Да, в общем-то, вся игра... Нет, не вся игра на болтовне построена. Конкретно сейчас, именно в этот момент, у нас уже было, получается, мы сменили 2 протагонистов. Это только первый эпизод из 6. Когда был первый самый протагонист, игра началась с экшена. То есть по Игре престолов, если непосредственно с произведением «Песнь льда и пламени», там книга или сериал, неважно, это мы начали с «Красной свадьбы», то вот там был экшен сразу, драки, там нажимание на кнопки, бой, болтовни не было вообще. Там в конце уже немножко так побеседовали, но никаких выборов, ничего такого не было. А сейчас мы играем за героиню, которая находится Дом Форестеров. Она, если не ошибаюсь, старшая дочь. Ее отправили в Хайгарден, ее отправили служить Маргаре, как, ну, служанку, все дела. Она ее взяла с собой в Королевскую гавань в итоге. И тут Королевская гавань, то есть Тирион очень точно сказал, змеиное гнездо, и я терпеть не могу все эти интриги, у меня они очень плохо получаются. Я страдаю. Так что да, болтовня. Пока что.
Which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows, we might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Думаю, это сложно.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd marry anyone if it helped my family.
Right, of course. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Ты, по-моему, глуповата, чтобы иметь власть.
I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Если честно.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful.
Да, она хорошо разбирается, а я нет.
Rather disappointed
Я
by your
мальчик.
display, Mirror. I'm just glad it's over.
Причем, наверное, не очень хитрый.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes.
Уже. Я 20 минут в ней поиграл, уже устал.
I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly. You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Зря, наверное.
Go on. Ask.
Please, Ramsay Snow is on his way to Ironrath to see my brother bend the knee.
Ramsay? Roose Bolton's bastard?
I fear my family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. But if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown...
Опрометчиво.
That is no small request, especially now. Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene?
Нет.
Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how we turned on Lady Sansa.
My mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Наша миссия выполнена. Маргаret, конечно, загрустила. И, может быть, я потратил свою единственную просьбу. Но штука-то какая? Штука-то какая? Если туда едет Рамси, то он вообще больной ублюдок какой-то. Там явно жди беды, он кого-нибудь убьет. Там может какой-нибудь просто... Ты хочешь, чтобы я читал? Серьезно? Я могу просто... Так, мысль. Рамси может дело натворить, то есть, хорошо. Мы попросили у нее помощи, плюс Тирион предложил нам... Это, конечно, будет конец, то есть, Маргари выполнит нашу просьбу. Но Тирион сказал, что ей этот наш с ним союз, то есть организовать поставки для короны этого дерева, там хитрого, как он там, железностволов, ну, для строительства кораблей, то взбесится и Серсея, и Маргари. Хорошо, будем действовать по ситуации, может что-то еще хорошее подвернется, я не знаю. Но пока, мне кажется, все идет довольно неплохо, то есть с Рамси разобрались. У Тириона заручились поддержкой. Серсею полностью удовлетворили. Ну, не полностью, но так. И вроде все довольны. Хорошо. Самая сложная часть. Вах. О! Это парень, за которого мы играли в первый раз. Это когда было много экшена. Началось. Больная лошадь. Болтон.
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat? Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man
я забываю читать. Забываю. Так. Жаль, он...
He does now.
Секунду.
How much further is it?
Вот.
To these
Сколько еще ехать до этих Форестеров? День, милорд. Максимум 2.
What was that?
Я наступил на ветку.
Милорд?
Милорд? Тише, слушайся. Да ну, это глупо. У них свои голоса, то есть озвучка оригинальная, можно сказать.
Hear that?
А мой глупый голос.
I know I heard something.
Стальные яйца. Режим стальных яиц включен.
Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Насчет чтения субтитров, у нас сегодня пятница просто. Можно на «ты»? Ты сегодня попала на... Или эпидемия попала или попал? Как к тебе обращаться? Такой стрим сегодня просто. У нас по пятницам игры вот примерно в таком жанре. До этого был Life is Strange, 5 эпизодов. Мы прошли там в неделю по эпизоду, да, каждая пятница. Записи есть внизу на ютубчике. Сейчас мы начали Игру Престолов проходить 6 эпизодов тоже на 6 недель, соответственно, 6 пятниц. То есть такие игры, где можно там почитать, где-то субтитры и так далее. Обычно во всем остальном я озвучиваю, стараюсь. Или ставлю русскую озвучку всегда. Чтобы, естественно, было гораздо проще зрителям. Можно было бы просто слушать там в другом окне и так далее и тому подобное. То есть я прекрасно понимаю. Я сам зритель.
Bloody hell.
А кто он вообще такой? Рамси все-таки едет сюда. Это посос.
Lord Ethan, as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
А в пятницу фильмы. Потому что конец рабочей недели. Все устали, всем хочется отдохнуть. Посмотреть что-нибудь интересное.
And what will they call me?
That is for you to define as the new Lord. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move! Summon the Lord! We need his judgment.
Нежданное начало. С этим мальчиком все несколько сложно. Его отец и старший сын были убиты на красной свадьбе. Соответственно, второй сын в изгнании находится за узким морем, где-то в Эссосе. Ну, то бишь, там, дотракийцы, все дела. А этот мальчик третий сын. То есть сейчас он принял на себя роль лорда. Хоть он и маленький и так далее, ему надо многому учиться, но выбора просто нет. Приходится выкручиваться.
Nothing wrong. I was only trying to survive.
Это его сестра-близнец, кстати.
Lord Ethan. Mister.
Who is this man?
Голос у него,
This
конечно.
craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed. We all fucking know it.
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Why did you do it?
Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true. Right.
I've a family to feed. They're not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone.
Еще раз.
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter. Most of us won't even live to see it.
Calm yourself.
The time for calm passed with the late Lord Forester. Now there's only chaos.
You'll address him as Lord.
Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
He's a thief!
We can send him to the war.
Leave the man alone. Show him mercy, my lord. He stole from us. Deserve to make him pay for what he's done. Give us justice.
I will decide.
Send him to the wall. Take his fingers. He's a thief.
Он трус и вор. Он украл у дома, он украл у всех. Не у меня одного. Что я бы мог... хорошо, что время не... Почему я не отрежу? Вот я рассуждаю как. Ладно бы он украл у меня, да, как у лорда. Я вживаюсь в роль. Ладно бы он украл у меня, ладно, черт с ним, я бы его простил. Но он украл у дома, он украл у всех людей, которые здесь работают и трудятся на его благо. Три пальца, мне кажется. Небольшое наказание. Ну заметь, остальные не воруют. И не жалуются. Они работают. Мы в ситуации, когда нам оружие куда важнее денег. На нас в данный момент, если раньше дом Форестеров был знаменосцем дома Старков. Знаменосцем дома Старков, которые... ну, все считают, типа, там, Серсея, Джоффри и прочие объявили их предателями. Ай-яй-яй. Теперь хранители Севера Болтоны. И дом какой-то там, я не помню, какой-то дом. Наши враги, извечные нашего дома, они знаменосцы Болтонов. И сейчас мы в очень хреновой ситуации. У нас попытаются отнять все, что у нас есть. И я пытаюсь вот, собственно, за ту девицу заручиться чьей-то поддержкой. Оружие нам нужно как никогда. Люди и оружие. В бою от него толку нет. Хоть с пальцами, хоть без. Он перебежит, он дезертир. Вор. Он просто перебежит на сторону врага или просто смоется. Опять-таки с вещами. Милосердия точно не проявлю. Я выбираю между отправить на стену и отнять 3 пальца. Лучше отправлю на стену. Если отниму 3 пальца, он останется здесь. Будет всех смущать, подрывать боевой дух. Отправлю его на стену. Хотя, с другой стороны, мы отправили туда нашего первого протагониста. Того парня, который там увидел мужика с содранной кожей. Он сильно справится.
I sentence you to the wall, where you will join the Night's Watch.
No! Please, my lord! My family, without me, they'll die!
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due.
Not just yourself, of course.
It can weigh on any lord.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
You heard what the thief said.
Почему?
I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance.
Who do you think I should choose?
There are 2 capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I'll make the right choice as sentinel.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Не надо на меня смотреть. Может, я никого из вас не выберу. Выберу мейстера он. Семья останется без кормильца. 3 пальца. 3 пальца. Такой рукой невозможно работать. Понимаешь, даже сейчас ты, если вдруг пойдешь там на завод, да, там, неважно, в общем-то, толком на какую профессию, кроме разве что уборщика, да куда бы то ни было, вот с такой рукой ты не сможешь работать. А пальцы, скорее всего, рубят... Ладно, хорошо, если на левой... Ладно, хорошо, если на левой руке рубят эти пальцы. То есть не на основной. Еще куда ни шло. Но сражаться без 3 пальцев он, скорее всего, не сможет толком. Работать. Мотыгу в руки не возьмешь. Молот кузнечный тоже. Так и так. Без кормильца семья бы осталась. Но в данном случае мы выбрали то, что лучше для дома. Окей, тут так много всего. Где мейстер? Можешь побыстрее идти? Можешь. Молодец.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
What is it you're doing over here?
Admiring the ironwood, my lord. I studied it at the Citadel. The wood may be black, but I see gold. An entire forest of gold.
What do you mean?
It is our greatest asset, my lord. Why not give some of our ironwood to House Bolton and have them leave us be? We could ransom ourselves. You can hardly put a price on your own life, or the lives of those you love.
How much do we have to give, Maester?
From here to Wolfswood Creek and then across the next 2 ridges, it should be enough to satisfy Ramsay Snow, I imagine. Bloodlust can often be sated by gifts and gold.
Спасибо. Что там в башне-то? Мы же оттуда вышли вроде. Осмотрим свои владения.
Swords up! You can lift them, yeah?
Нет, ну никак, ни на какую работу его не отправить без 3 пальцев, не сражаться. Смотри, вот сейчас нам, может, покажет этих мужиков, которые сражаются. Как рукой без 3 пальцев держать меч? Лук не получится держать, щит не получится держать. Арбалет? И мизинцем жать на спуск. Мальчик. Это наш младший брат, кстати говоря.
Careful. Keep at it and you won't have much left. Something to pick your teeth with.
No, Ethan. Look at this. All good swords have a name. I call mine 2 brothers. I carved this to give me strength. And this, so I remember. I mean, I could never forget. But, you know, don't you?
You honor Roderick with this. He was a strong one.
He was. Yeah. Someday, I'll have a real one. But not like that one. Only a lord could have that sword.
You'll have a good sword. I'm sure of it.
I watched you today. I saw what you did to that man.
Что скажешь?
Was he our enemy? A bad man? Everyone keeps talking about them. Enemies. Talia told me what it means.
Rules mean nothing if we don't enforce them. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad. You can't steal. That's a rule.
Well, I say he was bad. Bad men killed Father and Roderick. They need someone to hurt them back. Even worse. I want a real sword. No one's afraid of wood. I'll find the men who took Roderick someday, and I'll make sure I have a real sword when I do.
Ты бы сказал ему что-нибудь. Не очень хорошая мысль для маленького мальчика. Наверное, расти надо с какой-нибудь другой мыслью. Кажется.
You're all worthless and weak.
Поговорим сначала с сестрой. О, Малкольм, ты кто такой? Что ребенок понял, что он враг?
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Hello, Uncle Malcolm.
I
Брат
saw what you
нашей
did
матери.
today. It's not an easy thing to do, showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt. But if you'll excuse me, my lord, I should finish packing before nightfall. I hope to be off tomorrow, at first light.
But where are you going?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
Ого!
She has asked me to return with him, to help the house.
She said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree. I told her my place is here, that I'll be of no help to you in Essos. But she insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
She's my mother. I know how to speak to her.
I'm sure you do.
But my mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well. I'm told I must choose a sentinel.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job. He'd be a fine choice.
Why Sir Royland?
We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house. Duncan would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate. Not with the likes of Ramsay Snow.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ethan, I need to talk to you.
А он сказал, что мы проявили милосердие. Я, кстати, с ним даже согласен.
Mother told me Mira has asked for Lady Marjorie's help.
Did she?
I knew we could rely on Mira. She always thinks of family above all else. Hopefully Lady Marjorie's influence will be enough. But right now I'm more concerned about you. I saw what you did to that man. I know you told me you'd have to change, but I suppose I hadn't believed you would.
I can't afford any more mistakes. Everyone knows what happened with Lord Whitehill. Garrett being sent to the war without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What? Ethan, please. Tell me.
What do you suggest I do?
You must be strong, decisive. You were the Lord
Ты
of
так
this
помогла.
house. Remember, you're
П
just as
значит
capable as
помощь.
Asher or Roderick ever were. I know it.
М значит мудрый
I only
совет.
wish you did too.
Что бы ты
You've
сделал? Я была
always
бы
given me
сильной.
good advice. Thank you.
Какой ты толерантный, что ли? Ох, давайте поговорим с этими ребятами.
Sword up. Swing left. Parry.
С одной стороны,
I didn't
мужик
know
прав.
dogs could hold
A
swords.
word?
Of course, my lord.
У нас как бы
I have
война.
many decisions to make, and I wanted your advice.
У нас война, и нам нужен воин в качестве стража. Это с одной стороны. С другой, он человек очень вспыльчивый, и когда действительно нужно подумать и проявить дипломатию... От него пользы не будет. А ситуации-то будут, ну, я не знаю. Война, Рамси. Да бросьте, что у того дома мы, правда, в ужасной ситуации. То есть, воинов у них больше, у наших врагов. Но, понятное дело, что мы на позиции обороны. Так что нормально, силы уравниваются. Но вот Болтоны... С ними не повоюешь, мне чувствуется. Сложный выбор.
What's the state of our defenses? Are these men ready for what's coming?
This lot, ready? No, but they will be. We post anyone who can hold a spear along the parapet, up where they won't get much scrutiny, and put our meanest, nastiest looking brutes front and centre. That'll show Ramsay we're a force in our own right. You've got to project power, especially when you're weakened.
Thank you, Sir Royland. I'll let you get back to training these men.
Thank you, my lord. And I'll be sure to watch out for more deserters. After today, I suspect there'll be more to come.
Угу. Можно просто отдать наруч, а можно это сделать через мейстера. Господи, сколько деталей, сколько нюансов-то, боже ты мой.
Our provisions are rather low, my
И наверняка это тоже будет на что-то влиять.
I made the count again, just to be sure.
Eric said people were going to starve. Why can't we feed them?
Хороший вопрос.
The war has taken its toll. Even our own stores for the house are dwindling. We couldn't withstand a siege, my lord. If the Boltons or the White Hills cut us off and wait us out, we'd only last a fortnight. But there are steps we can take. In the past, we've demanded food from the small folk to replenish our stores. We can do it again, if you'd like. We've done it before in desperate times. The last long winter, my family had to give all our pigs to the house.
No, there must be something else we can do.
Well, I hope we find it soon. We won't have much room to maneuver if we don't have the option of holding fast. I can speak to the huntsmen and trappers. Perhaps they can do more. My lord. Slash and parry! Slash and parry! Again!
Приказать крестьянам поделиться едой и выбрать Родрика стражем. Мы сможем выдержать осаду. Звучит как план, по-моему. Не очень милосердно, правда, по отношению к крестьянам. Им ведь тогда тоже придется тяжело. С одной стороны. С другой стороны, если наш дом уничтожат, их просто убьют всех, чертовой матери. Не всех, конечно. Но еду у них точно так же отберут. И кого-то убьют, кого-то изнасилуют. Ну, все как на войне. Кому-то подпалят дом.
Come on, you dogs! You'll not be fighting here forever!
А, я с ним еще не поговорил, собственно, с ним самим.
Duncan.
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Actually, I wanted to ask, why did you send Garrett away?
I did it for your own protection, my lord. Garrett had to go. By sending him away myself,
Ты
I
врешь.
thought it would keep you blameless in the eyes of the White Hills.
Ты врешь.
I only hope to give you an advantage.
Я понимаю, но ты врешь. Причем нагло врешь мне прямо в лицо.
And you're forgiven.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
I'm at your service, my lord.
Ты это сделал по причине того, что Гаррет твой племянник. Ты хотел его спасти от расправы. А Уайтхилл как раз, приехав к нам, Уайтхилл этот дом называется, он очень сильно разозлился тому, что мы отправили его на стену. Он хотел сам его наказать. И отдав его Уайтхиллу, мы могли бы решить просто кучу проблем. Огромную кучу проблем. А ты спас его как раз-таки в ущерб дому. Блин, теперь еще хуже. Я сначала думал Дункану отдать наруч. А теперь не знаю. 50 на 50.
My lord, are you now ready to name your sentinel?
Да.
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very well. I will convene the small council at once.
Я не знаю, что делать. Слишком сложное решение. Я же не могу просто выбрать кого-то из них и забить. Там последствия будут. Будут последствия. Они здесь всегда есть. В общем, даже у каких-то незначительных решений.
You may sit.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Duncan, Royland, this house needs you both.
But you can only choose one, my lord.
Let him be on with it.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
Кого мне выбрать? Кого мне выбрать? А? Не знаю. Анонимное голосование. Я упырь. Так, один голос есть. Не знаю чей. Нужен второй. Краузер, помоги нам выбрать. Давай, проголосуй за кого-нибудь. Чтобы я окончательно уверился. Ну, нет так нет. А можно оставить себе?
Sir Royland de Gore, you will be my sentinel.
Gods be praised. You've done well, Lord Ethan. You won't regret this.
A poor choice, my lord. Forgive me for saying so, but it's true.
Now, Sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
My scouts say he's a day's ride away. We've no time to waste. He'll arrive before any of our allies could be here.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls.
Quiet, Tuttle. You're not the Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the small council, is it not?
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand. Put every man who can hold a spear or crossbow on the wall, and make the bastard fill his boots with piss.
He would see it for the empty gesture that it is, and have us flayed. We must take a measured approach, my lord.
Gentlemen, please. Thank the gods Mira has asked Lady Marjorie for her help. It's not too late for the Crown to intervene on our behalf, but we must have a plan if Mira's efforts are not successful. I trust Mira's judgment.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it. It's too dangerous to do otherwise.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough!
Никакого боя. Нас просто замочат всех чертовой матери. Дипломатия или сделка? Дипломатия или сделка? С одной стороны, да, отдать ему, заключить сделку и отдать ему рощу. Мы же не всю рощу даем, а только часть ее. Вы краски сгущаете немного, по-моему. Ну да. Тогда у нас не останется, в общем-то, ничего. Мы не можем отдать рощу, потому что... да, скорее всего, дипломатия, потому что сделку заключать... Мы же, помните, с Тирионом хотели договориться о том, что корона будет получать от нас железноствол. Мы должны постараться сделать ставку именно на это.
Although Sir Royland may object, I shall use diplomacy with Lord Snow. I would be foolish to pick a fight without negotiating first. I'll offer our allegiance and try to reach a reasonable agreement.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Ethan has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Вышли в ноль.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your
Отдали ему наручи и пошли против него, выбирая решение.
Let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's
Вышли в ноль.
arrival. Invite him into this hall and meet him face
Репутация
to
по нулям.
face, lord to lord.
Ramsay Snow is no lord. That's absurd. You meet him at the gate with as much force as we can muster. Make him wait. Let him gaze upon Ironrath. And when he enters, he'll know it's only because you allowed it.
Lord Ethan?
Вы издеваетесь? Прекратите. Окей, давайте порассуждаем. Пригласить его в Великий Чертог. Я не думаю, что... Он слегка... Вряд ли он оценит этот жест, это во-первых. Во-вторых... Ну, по-серьезному, по-моему, наплевать. Единственное, там, да, ну, не стоит называть его, там, бастардом и прочее. Отнестись к нему, типа, как к лорду, ну... Проявить уважение, да? Разумно, конечно, с одной стороны. С другой стороны, встретить его у ворот с солдатами, это хотя бы не позволит ему сотворить какую-нибудь хрень. Типа, Схватить нашу маленькую сестренку. Или что-нибудь еще в этом духе. Или мать. Там. Ну, что он может сделать там? Убить кого-нибудь. Он может. Как же трудно быть лордом, блин. Какие решения-то? Я... Вам кажется, что это легко? Поиграйте сами. Я склоняюсь к тому, чтобы встретить его у ворот. Просто так безопаснее. По-моему. С другой стороны, встретить его у ворот, он может охренительно обидеться. Я слишком много и долго думаю, потому что хочу принять правильное решение. Быстрые решения, опрометчивые решения часто.
I will meet him in the Great Hall.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
You will lead us into ruin! I've faithfully served this house for far too long to sit here and listen to this. You're likely to get us all killed.
Not another word.
I'd hoped for better from you, my lord.
Apologies, my son. I had expected better of him. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great Hall, and we will not offer our ironwood.
No matter what, I will stand beside you, my lord, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house.
My lord, I have fought for this family for many years. Do not forget that.
There will always be those who question your leadership.
Это значит, что будут
Which
последствия.
is why you need allies you can rely on. Family. Mira has done everything she can in King's Landing, but there are others who can help us. What about your brother, Asher?
Malcolm told me. You want to bring him back?
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister. And we need all the help we can get.
Why would you bring him back after you exiled him?
He exiled himself. He has no desire to rule. Asher is volatile, but that is his strength too. Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities, but you do not have that anger inside you. It's something we could use. You're a thinker, Ethan. You contemplate, and a lord needs that. But a lord also needs swords.
Езжай.
I'm trying to do what's best for this family. What this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
Он это запомнит, это значит, что попросту это в дальнейшем отразится. То есть некоторые решения в диалогах, ответы, они никак в дальнейшем не влияют ни на что. Если он это запомнит, это значит, что это либо серьезно отразится на... Ну, кстати, об этом обычно сообщают, что если там как-то по-особенному, типа там... Что-нибудь особенное пишет, но он это запомнит, значит, это как-то отразится. Пусть, может незначительно, может как-то что-то изменится, там какая-то деталь серьезная. Но прям кардинально игра меняется редко. Прям вот, прям абсолютно кардинально. Но меняется, бывает. Отправляй.
Fine. Malcolm will go to Essos and bring Asher back.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm glad you will let me do this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a Forrester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Опять! Нет, нет, нет! Я уже устал от ваших этих... Что значит взять? Ну-ка, положи на место.
Marjorie?
Oh. Lady Marjorie is still with the king. I thought you'd want to know.
Thank you.
Mira, look. The other day when you asked Lady Marjorie for help, I only spoke out of fear for her. I want to help you if there's anything I can do. Your poor family. I can't imagine how you must feel.
You're sweet to offer, Sarah. Thank you.
Lady Marjorie is always saying how important friends and allies are in King's Landing. Just know, I will be here for you if you ever...
Сейчас она скажет, что помочь нам не смогла, да?
My lady, I'll leave you to talk.
Are you all right, my lady?
The king was not inclined to offer help for your family. I'll need this mended.
Gods.
He said I was too easily swayed. And he reminded me that I am not yet his wife. I allayed his fear. For now. But it will be a long time before I can ask him for anything again. Nothing I said could cheer him. He wouldn't even speak to me when I left him.
What can I do to make this better, my lady?
There's nothing you can do, Mira.
Please don't hold it against me. Ramsay Snow is on his way to Ironrath.
This is simply not how things are done, Mira. Not in King's Landing.
I'm sorry, my lady.
Soon I will be queen, and maybe then I'll be in a better position to help you. But for now, we must both be cautious.
I must send a raven. I have to warn my family. If you'll excuse me, my lady.
Я очень на нее надеялся. Очень.
Milady.
О, здравствуй, мальчик.
Begging your pardon, milady. I hope I didn't frighten you.
I'm glad to see you.
Thank you, milady. I hope you saw. I was right before. About Lady Marjorie and Queen Cersei. I just want you to know, I can help you if you'd like. And your family,
Что с
if you're willing
графикой?
to
Почему
trust
все
me.
размытое?
I hear all sorts of things. Things that could be useful for you.
How can you help me? My problems can't be solved by what you might overhear.
Which is why you must trust me, milady. You need allies. Hopefully I've proven I can be useful to you.
А тебе с этого какая польза?
I really must go.
Please don't despair. I know people who'd be willing to help you.
Кто? Варис? Нет, 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 Тирион, Тирион. Очевидно же. Чё вылупился? Такой парень. Служанку первый раз увидел. Или такой симпатичную. Все очень плохо. Я очень надеялся на эту помощь. Если бы я знал, что она не поможет, я бы встречал его у ворот. Не сомневаюсь. Если бы я знал, что она не поможет, я бы встречал его у ворот, у ворот. Что-нибудь...
Our plan is a good one. It will work so long as everyone does their part.
Что-то случится.
Isn't this a lovely pile of timber? Not the place I'd want to be if there was a fire.
Ironwood is near impervious to flame, my lord.
Is it?
May I introduce Lord Ramsay of House Bolton, son of Roose Bolton? Although a bastard, Lord Ramsay has the full authority of
Thank
the
you,
Warden
lad.
of the...
That's enough. Who is this little boy? Is he lost?
May I offer you bread and salt, Lord Ramsay?
I loathe bread and salt. Aren't you the little lord? Lord Whitehall told me you were young, but this... Look at you.
A token for the new Warden of the North.
Let me guess. Forrester Ironwood.
Carved by our most skilled craftsmen.
Ironwood. Doesn't look like much. Don't know what's so special about it.
What do you think?
Not bad. Lord Whitehill, can your lot do this?
Given enough time, we could learn...
Given enough time, you could do a great many things. But not this, apparently. Look at that. More Foresters.
Lord Ramsay?
Come out where I can see you.
Force him to focus on the business at hand.
Lord Ramsay, I understand you've come here for assurance of our fealty.
Fuck fealty. We came here for justice.
We'll get to your justice. First, let's see you bend the knee to my father, Lord Bolton, Warden of the North. Words are wind. Anyone can say they're loyal.
My lord.
Ha! That wasn't so hard now, was it? Here's the thing. I don't care about your loyalty. The Crown, however, wants what you've got. Whatever you've been supplying the Starks for centuries. Ships, shields, chamber pots. I expect you'll do the same for us. My father has promised as much to the king. You wouldn't want to make him a liar, would you? That wouldn't reflect well on me.
We will double our efforts for your father, my lord.
That's a good little lord.
You can't trust her, Forrester. They murdered our men.
It was a Forrester squire who did it. One Whitehill soldier dead. One Bolton. Yet your man lived.
Lord Whitehill is a liar. That's not how it happened.
Lad? A liar? He's a Whitehill. Then you welcomed me into your hall like a proper lord, hoping I wouldn't linger outside long enough to notice your pathetic little army. That sort of insolence from one of our loyal bannermen will not do. So I've come up with a solution that will benefit everyone. The Whitehills will be taking control of your Ironwood from this day forward.
What?
What? The Ironwood? But...
The White Hills are nothing more than up-jump thieves!
You can't do that.
Why not? You know something the White Hills don't? We are talking about trees. You grow them, you cut them down. It can't be that difficult.
The White Hills had Ironwood, once, but now those hills are bare.
Hence the name, of course.
They know nothing of how to cultivate the forest.
Look at their sigil, my lord. A barren hill.
Do you want Ironwood for the next 5 years, or the next 50 generations?
The little lord does have a point.
Да
We'll
неужели?
try this. Lord Whitehill will take half of your Ironwood, and we'll see who fares better.
But my lord...
Half of something is better than the nothing you had before. To ensure there's no trouble, Lord Whitehill will install a garrison of 20 men within your walls.
At Ironrath? That we cannot abide. Ethan!
They'll help maintain the king's peace. And make sure there's no more trouble.
Whitehill men? Never.
It's already done.
Сейчас будут проблемы.
You have a man you trust?
My son, Griff.
Griff will lead the garrison.
The Seven Hells he will.
Lads, do make this visit worthwhile.
Please, Sir Royland, don't.
Look at this, little Forester. You're not frightened, are you?
Lord Ramsay, please.
And you? Are you Lord Ethan's older sister?
I'm his twin, my lord.
Oh, twins. Well, like the Queen and her brother. Well, hopefully not just like the Queen.
Сравнил. Браво.
I never had a sister. Always wanted one.
We have more to discuss, Lord Snow.
I have an idea. You'll come with me. You can be my highborn ward.
Lord Ramsay, that's enough.
Do you like hunting?
Let her go.
She's quite pretty, your sister. We'd get along well. I suppose you can stay.
Нам хана.
Aren't you the bold lord?
What have you done?
But I don't want a bold lord. Far too much trouble.
Ethan!
My lord!
Oh, no!
Even though you did bend the knee.
My son.
I think we've come to an understanding. I certainly feel better about all this.
Ethan. Oh, come on.
However, the Foresters need to keep their end of the bargain.
Stop!
Brian!
Take the boy as your ward.
No!
Kill him if they give you any trouble.
Brian!
Lovely meeting all of you. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Somebody help him!
Fetch the mace so quickly!
Маргарет здорово нас
You
подвела.
brought this on yourself.
Mama!
Stop!
Don't let them take me!
You will not take him!
Help me! Brian, please! Let me go! Brian! Do something!
Да не визжите вы, господи, ну...
My son.
Убили его, что теперь? Вашими криками ты ничего не исправишь, правильно? Сеструха здорово нас подвела. Нет, не сеструха, сеструха сделала все правильно. А вот Маргари нас подвела.
Ethan sacrificed himself for us all. He saved Talia's life. He'll be remembered as Ethan the Brave.
This house needs a leader.
Lord Ethan named me Sentinel. I will lead this house.
My sister asked you to swear loyalty to her son, and you flat out refused.
We can't let them hurt Ryan too.
We have to stop them. We do not stand alone. There are those who will fight for us. Those who hold House Forrester above all other loyalties. Those who will not stop until Ethan is avenged. Until Ryan is home again, our house will not fall. We will be ready.
Nothing comes without a cost, my lady. Are you prepared for what might happen?
С последним парнем в начале. Верность Маргаре. Мы показали ей свою верность, а она... Отправили его на стену. Ха! Не очень популярный выбор. Противный. Мерзкий. 50 на 50. Просто минус протагонист один. Конец первого эпизода. Как бы впереди еще 5. Сколько времени? О, нет. У меня 3 часа ночи уже. На следующей неделе в пятницу будет второй эпизод. Завтра у меня стоит вроде по расписанию пустой день, но я его, пожалуй, прямо сейчас запомню. Ой, фу, заполню. Завтра у меня планы отменились, так что будет вечером стрим «Подарок Мессии». Ну что я могу сказать? Блин, как это было тупо. Но... Он... Да... Он нас просто убил, ну... Пока-пока, давай. Сдается мне, что он убил бы нас... Я вот самое глупое, что я не знаю. То есть... Непонятно, убил бы нас в любом случае, нашел бы повод. Что было бы вполне на него похоже. Тебе спасибо за стрим, а не мне. Спасибо, что смотрите. Это приятно. Это гораздо интереснее, чем одному играть. Да и просто как-то веселее. Приходи обязательно еще. Ужасно рад видеть новые лица. Еще приятнее видеть новые старые лица. Приходи обязательно еще. У Telltale всегда такие концовки? Какие? Ну, в смысле, что не выбирай везде задница? Не знаю. Не знаю на этот счет. То есть, смотри. Единственное, мне кажется, приняли бы мы его у ворот. Там были бы хотя бы солдаты, они бы нас, я не знаю, защитили или... Ну, хоть что-то они могли бы, наверное, сделать. Он бы просто не решился нас прямо, лорда этого дома, убить перед войском. Ну, нет. Здесь у нас был один человек с оружием, это наш страж. И все. А там были бы солдаты, на стенах стояли бы и так далее, и так далее. Может быть, он бы не пошел на такую наглость. Ну, это просто посос. Как... Одного из протагонистов убивают в первом же эпизоде. Ну... Так, сколько их всего? 1, 2, 3, 4. Все умрут. Кстати, почему-то вот этот парень... Сейчас будет следующая заставочка. Дальше, пожалуйста. Родрик, это же Родрик. Его же убили. Почему он здесь? А, ну он темненький такой. Блин, а может я его мог спасти? Тот момент, когда нужно было под телегу, типа, поднырнуть. Успеть. Может быть, если я раньше бы это сделал, то успел бы до него добежать и спасти? И все было бы по-другому. Ну, кто знает, блин. За такими маленькими решениями бывает ведь. Прячут серьезные повороты. Непонятно. Зарезал нас как свинью. Но сестру ему отдавать. Я не мог ему сестру просто позволить. Мацать. Кошмар. Кстати, да. Это же Игра престолов, как-никак. Может быть. Согласен, да. Спасибо, успокоил. Кстати говоря. Успокоил сильно. А, концовка не канон. Мне прочиталось на канон. Ладно, нет, не успокоил тогда. Нет, в данном случае, насколько я знаю, у игр Telltale вот канон или не канон нет концовок или чего-то такого. То есть это все игра, то есть абсолютно все твои решения меняют там. Не абсолютно все, но многие решения меняют игровой мир. Это все как бы в рамках. Все предусмотрено. Такого тут нет. Может быть, я, конечно, чего-то не знаю, я допускаю такое запросто. Но, если не ошибаюсь, нет, нет. А то, что, может быть, это Игра престолов, и в конце кто-то должен был умереть, да, да. Такая мысль мне нравится. Значит, я все сделал правильно. Честно, я даже пойду погуглю. Сейчас стрим закончу и пойду погуглю. А так? Спасибо за стрим. Приятного вечера или уже спокойной ночи. И пока-пока. Жду завтра на Dark Messiah, тогда вечерний. Всего доброго. И